So let's talk. If the quality, I'm hoping anyway, the quality on my new phone is better, but I did get a new phone. I'm so excited. I got literally the newest one. I think I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the video, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty in here. Like, it looks so bright. I'm hoping that the sound quality is like as immaculate as I've heard it is. I've actually had a pretty productive reading day today. I woke up and I like immediately picked up this book, The Truth About Magic, Poems by Atticus. And if you guys remember, this book is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I've talked about this book before. It's one of the books on my physical TBR for January, and I just decided to pick it up and read it this morning. It took me like 20 to 30 minutes to read. I think I give it like a 2.5 stars. It's not my favorite. This is not really poetry that I lean towards, but I do like the style. I like the cover is like, it's just beautiful. Like, look at the way the light hits the bird. Like, it's gorgeous. It's stunning. Okay. And I love the pictures inside. The pictures aren't really necessarily the style that I would pick for this type of book, but I think that like it fits the writing. I think that the pictures and the style of the writing, like everything goes together, and I think it looks really nice. It's just not the type of poetry that I lean towards. It's more of like the cutesy poetry that you find on like Pinterest, and I like the poetry that like twists your mind and makes you feel like kind of broken inside, but also like makes you really, really think, like crazy, like what the heck think. So that's kind of the poetry I'd lean towards more. In other news, I'm also currently reading The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. This is a classic book. I mean, I feel like most people have heard about The Phantom of the Opera, but more in the context of like the play or the movie. The movie's major movie. I am kind of having trouble with this one. I feel like I am back and forth with wanting to DNF it. And like I kind of knew it was going to be this way because it is harder for me, I feel like most people, sometimes not, to get into or to focus on classic writing. Sometimes I love classic writing and I will eat it up like with a spoon and fork. I love it, okay? And sometimes it's hard to focus on. I feel like the writing is it's just a lot different, obviously. You know, like people talk differently than they did when these books were written. So obviously they're going to be written differently as well. Like this book, I literally had to read the back just to understand like what the heck was even happening. I'm on chapter 5, The Enchanted Violin. Story short, I've decided that I'm already 5 chapters in and I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to do it because honestly, I'm hoping that I'll end up loving it and then I can watch the movie, because now it's just making me want to watch the movie, which most of the time books don't do that, but I feel like classics, it's different. So I feel like it will be more satisfying to read the book before watching the movie, if that makes sense. Now, I am also still reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm actually on my last chapter today. I'm so sad to be finishing it, but also like I'm excited to like have all of the knowledge of that book stored in my brain. So, and hopefully it will start helping, because I have kind of been in a slumpy slump today. Like I was tired. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work out. I'm going to work out now, actually. That's why I look workouty. I don't know. This is what I would classify as like a workout look. Anyway, I'm trying to get myself out of the slump, even though it's like 2 or 3 o'clock right now. Moving on, we have what I'm reading right now and what I'm going to be reading probably while I do my workout, because I just don't really feel like trying to do cardio and read a classic book at the same time. So I'm going to be reading The Crooked House. This is one of the mystery thrillers that is also on my physical TBR. Pretty much anything that I pick up right now is going to be on my physical TBR, because I'm kind of in like crunch hour. It's like the 20th today, so I need to try and finish as many books off my TBR as I can. And honestly, I think I can do it. Like, I think I can finish my TBR and it's going to be fine. I am really excited to read this one. If you guys saw my January TBR video, then you'll know I was like reading this inside summary with you guys, and I was like, what the heck? This book looks so good. So I'm really, really excited to read this one. This has actually been one of like my most anticipated ones on my TBR. So I'm excited to finally be able to jump into it. And that's what we're going to do today. So I will update on this book after my workout, but hopefully I'll be able to get at least a couple chapters in. I usually do pretty well reading when I do my workouts, so. Long time no see, only for me, not for you guys. It's been like 2 days, but I have not vlogged because I've just been like literally working. I just got off work. There's like this giant snow mound right where like I get off work, and you literally cannot see, like pulling out of the exit, you literally can't see if there's a car coming. So I like every time that I leave work or even go into work, like it's just like risky little chance that I could literally die. Cool. I have not updated yet on the, what's it called, because honestly I just read it really fast. I like read it like half of the book. I have something monumental. It's not really monumental, like it's not a good thing. I actually hate it a lot, but it had to be done. I DNF'd a book. I actually DNF'd, what's it called? Crooked House now. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't want to do it. It was just like, it just had to be done. It literally had to be done. I had never, like I had added it to my Goodreads a while ago that I wanted to read, like when I was adding all of my like physical TBR books on there. And then just yesterday I decided to like add it to my Goodreads that I was currently reading it. And I was looking at it because I was like considering DNFing it at that point. And as I was looking at it, I realized that like all of the reviews were like 1 stars, 2 stars. A couple of people really liked it, but I don't like it at all. I like started it the other day while I was doing my workout, which has become like the only time that I'm reading right now. I don't know what that is, but I think it's because like I have to focus on it. Like I don't have anything else that can like distract me really, other than like obviously my workout. But like if I'm doing cardio, which is when I decide to do my reading usually. But yeah, I was reading it then and I was like, during the start of it, I was like, I don't like this writing. I don't like the plot. It feels very jumpy. I'm very confused. I'm just not liking it. It's not it for me. So I decided, so I kind of put it down after that, and I was just like, okay, whatever, like I'll continue it, like I'll read it anyway, like it's fine, but like I'm not really enjoying it. Hopefully it gets better. And then yesterday, I was reading it at the gym, and I got like halfway, if not maybe a little bit more than halfway through it, and I was like, wow, I don't like this book at all, and I just can't do it. So I DNF'd it. Long story short, I DNF'd the book. And I hate it, but it had to be done. And I still haven't really made any progress in Phantom of the Opera because I had just been reading that book, and I honestly just have not been in the mood to read that book. But I will be picking that one back up. I'm going to try. I'm hoping that I don't have 2 DNFs this one. But if I do, you know, it's not the end of the world. Oh my gosh, it's so bumpy right here. Sorry for the turbulence, guys. There's still like a ton of snow on our roads. As you can see, like it's like definitely very bright behind me and very snowy. But yeah. I just got home, so I'm going to probably go to the gym now. Even though like when I tell you the visceral reaction that my body has to having to go to the gym after I get off work and like have been lifting and everything at work already. My body's like, girl. But anyway, I'm gonna do it for the gains, for the glory. But yeah, I will talk to you guys. Hopefully I will probably start another vlog and give you guys an update on that. whenever I make some progress on it. Good morning, guys. It's like almost 10 o'clock and I've not been motivated to, I hate saying that because I know like determination over motivation, just do it. And I always, sometimes, not always, but I mostly always try to eventually get to the thing that I want to do. It's just the procrastination, guys. Like I woke up and I was like, immediately wanted to get on my phone. And I was like, no, don't do that, girl, because you know that that's like not something that you want to be doing because, you know, and like all the thoughts of like self-loathing were coming in. And I was like, don't do it because you're just going to end up like mad at yourself and you know that you shouldn't be doing it. So I didn't. I put my phone down and I put on Friends. I started watching Friends. I've been binge watching Friends recently. So I was binge watching Friends and then like my husband was watching it with me and then he was like, I'm gonna get up and be productive and like clean the house and then I'm gonna like go do my stream. And I was like, wow, super proud of you, except now I feel like garbage and no one's here to like support me in that. So I decided that I was going to give myself a little bit of lenience and have my coffee and read my book. Well, now it's been like 2 hours and I ended up on my phone, which was what the goal was to not do, right? And I still haven't done the things I need to do. And all of this is because it's raining and I don't want to get up and go outside because I really need to go to the gym. I went to the gym yesterday and I had a really good workout and I feel like inspired to go again, except that I just don't want to go outside. You know, not even really that cold, honestly. It's literally just because I have to fill my car with oil, which means that I have to like get the oil out of my trunk and I have to like stand out there in the rain for a little bit and I just don't want to. Okay, like I'm putting that off, which is therefore putting off going to the gym because I obviously have to fill my oil before I can go to the gym because, you know, hot car oil, not a good idea. So yeah, anyway, I'm finally gonna do it. Read some of Trouble by Noah Pratt. I don't remember if I had talked about starting this book yet. So yesterday I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I told you guys that I was going to start a new book and I ended up coming home and starting Trouble and I didn't blog about it, but I took the dust jacket off. I'm actually on page 228. I knew that this book was going to be a fast read. I didn't know that it was going to be super enjoyable, actually. I'm really liking this book. It's very, like, much more interesting than I thought it was going to be. It kind of reminds me of If He Had Been With Me. I can't remember the author of that book. But that book was pretty good. But it kind of has that same, like, juvenile, you know, like, YA theme. But it has, like, a lot going on that's really interesting. The only thing is the, like, plot twist, not plot twist really, but, like, mystery element that they put into this book, I guess, within, like, 10 seconds of it even, like, being a possibility. So that was a little bit disappointing because I was kind of hoping that they would, like, you know, make it look like it was going to be that way and then switch it, like make a plot twist and have it be a completely different thing that you did not see coming. But they didn't do that because, like, you know, it's not a mystery, it's a YA. Like, I wasn't really expecting a lot to happen in that situation. But anyway, I am enjoying this book. It's actually pretty good. And I made a lot of progress in like the 2 days. I'm about to go to the gym now, finally. And when I get there, I'm going to do some cardio and I'm going to finish. I'm not going to stop until I finish this book. So that is a lot of progress for one day. And on top of that, I realized that it is what day is it? It's the 24th of January, and I only have 4 books left, actually, but 3 that I haven't started yet. So once I finish this one today, then I can start another one. The Candy Makers will be a super fast read because it's actually a reread for me that I've put off for a long time because I'm not really looking for, actually 3 that I've put off for a long time because the other one is The Phantom of the Opera, which is a classic, which are harder for me to get through, unfortunately. But the only other 2 that I have are just honestly like really old antique books, kind of. I wouldn't say they're classic, but they're just like older. Is this mystery book, and then this one I think it's just fiction. Like, I don't think it might be mystery, but I don't think so. The gym, I've got all the necessities. I just need to fill my water bottle and go put gas in my car, or oil in my car, and then we will be off and on to the gym to finish Trouble. And I'm really excited to see where this goes, actually. So let's go. Just went out and I just went out and checked my oil. Turns out I didn't need oil. Isn't that just great? So hopefully nothing else is wrong with my car. I felt like my car was making a weird noise yesterday, so I just assumed I needed oil because I have like a small oil leak in my car. I don't want to talk about it. But now I don't know. So let's hope that she starts up. I didn't try and start it yet because I just didn't. Look at my babies though, they're so cute. She's got one watery eye. Look, Cam, look at the camera. Oh, she said, look at my watery eye. Oh. That's a workout done. I'm feeling so rejuvenated just from like going to the gym and actually doing what I told myself I was gonna do. And even though it's 11 o'clock and we've had a bit of a setback, I am so glad that I went. Like, I have this really bad thing where even if I'm doing something else that I would deem as productive, I feel so bad that I'm not doing like a million of the other things that I would like to have done at the same time, which is just like, it just doesn't work. Like, you can't do everything productive that you would want to do at the same time. And if you even just do one of them, like, that's so good, you know? So like, just don't be too hard on yourself, but also like, it feels so nice to be productive. Like, I feel so good right now. So yeah, I feel good. I'm excited to life, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I finished Trouble. I was like, what is the title of this book? Oh, jeez. Let's talk, bro. I just brushed my hair out after the gym, and this is the casualty we made. Interesting. This is why I have bobby pins in my bangs, because they just don't. But this, guys, be so fucking for real right now. What is going on? It's just easier to edit on here and everything. Also, I just got a new phone, so why wouldn't I? Anyway, I just got back from the gym and I just finished Trouble by Non Pratt. This book, I will say, for a YA book, definitely trigger warnings. So I would just check trigger warnings before you read this book. But it was a lot heavier of a book than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I feel a little bit bad for like, I don't know. I was just like not that into it. I was like, I don't really know why I got this book. I just figured it'd be like an easy read. I was like, you know, whatever, it's just gonna be whatever. And I will say that the writing was like not, I wouldn't say like, you know, the best writing ever, but I think the storyline, the writing style, if it fits the book, it doesn't. Like, I don't need the writing to be perfect, guys. Like, I just don't. I am one of those people. I know that there are some people who are very critical and they want their writing to be like perfect and poetic every single time. I just don't mind. I just don't mind if it's not the best writing ever. And sometimes I appreciate when, like, especially like YA books that are a first person perspective, that are the main character is 15 years old and their writing sounds like they're 15 years old. I like that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that it sounds authentic to our character, even if maybe it doesn't sound the prettiest or the most poetic or the most eloquent grammar, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I thought that this book was pretty good. It feels so naked to like be showing it without the cover, but I really liked this book. I appreciated what the book was, what it was for, and anybody who is struggling with this or anybody who has gone through teen pregnancy can probably slightly relate to it. And friendship and how hard friendship is when you're young. And I just really liked it. I felt like it touched on some good topics, and it was just like, it was like a heavier read, but it was also like a lighter read because it was like really quick for me to get through. I'm going to kind of try and like maybe even it out a little bit and like skip around since I can. And I'm going to pick up The Listening House now by Mabel Seeley. Yeah, Mabel Seeley. This is my next read. I'm going to try and read some of this today, hopefully some of The Phantom of the Opera. I think I'm just going to keep reading The Phantom of the Opera whilst I'm reading other books, just so that I'll hopefully be able to get through my TBR and I won't get stumped on one book, if that makes sense. So I'm going to read this one. I'm planning on reading The Listening House, then The Candy Maker, so that I have like a little bit of a break between the like older writing style and then like a more like light new agey kids book style to read some of this at some point today. I don't think I'm gonna read right now because approximately 2 days later since I last talked to you guys, and a couple of things have happened. So little update, I just got off work and I'm about to go to the gym. I don't know why I'm in all black. Anyway, I am about to go to the gym, just got off work, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update because I decided this is kind of like fulfilling my goal, but also kind of not. But I have decided that I'm not going to read either one of these books. This one is, first of all, beaten up. Oh my gosh. First of all, I did not realize that this is the second book in a series, and I had like kind of like started to skim the first chapter, and I was like, this is like something that's already happened. Like, it's not like a book you can just like jump into and it's fine. It's the second book, but I don't have the first book, and I honestly just don't care. Like, I'm not getting into a new series that I don't care about. So it's not a DNF. I'm just not reading it. But it is an unhaul. I'm unhauling it. I'm getting rid of it. And then I kind of started this one, so I guess it's sort of a DNF, but I didn't like really get super invested. And the writing isn't bad. The story seems sort of interesting. I just quite frankly don't care. that's all. That's all. Like, I just don't want to read it, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to force myself to read it. It's a cute book. I like the front cover. I like the vintagey vibes, but to be frank with you, I already have to read this one, and I still really don't want to read this one, but I'm trying to read it because it's a classic, and I know that, like, this one I actually care about reading. Like, I want to read it, and I want to like it, but I'm just not. So I'm gonna keep trying. But this one and this one, like, I just don't. I just can't be bothered. So those are two unhauls for me. Today at work I started Yellowface. And that book is so good. I started it on audiobooks. I was at work, so I couldn't physically read, obviously, but it follows like the publishing world and editing and what it is to be an author, basically. But it follows it in a really unique style of like fiction storytelling, but also super informative, super interesting. Like, I'm loving it. I'm eating it up. I was quite literally enjoying it today at work. I was listening to it some more. I was loving it. It was great. Great story. And then all of a sudden, my Spotify audiobook hours ended. They are mean for that, first of all, because I didn't even know that was a thing until like yesterday. And then I hit my amount of audiobook. I don't know like how many hours you get, but I know that I've already listened to a couple, so just halfway through. But I'm really enjoying the story, and I will hopefully be able to finish that this month, and that'll kind of make up for the books that I have decided to take off my TBR. Audiobooks, I don't have any audiobooks on my TBR. I've just been like listening to random ones that I feel like listening to. And then I did start the other night in bed, just because I didn't want to get like a physical book and hold it while I was trying to go to bed. I started The Lady of the Rivers, the first book of the Boleyn Inheritance, which is on my TBR, but I had said that I wanted to read the first book of the series and not jump to the 10th book yet, so I will read that one eventually, but I wanted to just start this one. I don't think I'm going to finish this book in January, probably. I'm kind of just reading it like at my own pace whenever I can, because it's not actually on my physical TBR. I'm just reading it, but I am going to read this one. Only 3% into it. I'm on page 14 of 494. So I don't know when I'm going to finish this one. I'm going to go have my pre-workout now, and I'm going to the gym. And then later on tonight, my sister and I are going to get our doubles pierced. They're running like a special at the place that, well, I've only got my ears pierced when I was like a kid. But there's a place, the place that I go to for my tattoos is having, their like piercer there is having like a $15 special for January. And I have been wanting to get my doubles pierced for like at least a year, maybe 2. And I just put it off. I put it off. I've like tried to schedule it before and like tried to get a friend to go with me. But I finally was like, I'm gonna do this. And then I saw if my sister wanted to go too, and she did. So that's what we're doing. I'm so excited. I've wanted to get my doubles pierced forever. And then I was looking in the mirror today and I was like, would I even look good with my doubles pierced? And I was like, shut up, girl. Like, you're doing it. So I'm really excited. I hate anticipating things that I need to do. I'm not even like really nervous or like anxious about it. Like maybe a little bit. I probably will be more like when I'm going, just because social anxiety, you know? But I'm not really nervous that like it's gonna hurt. I've seen people say that it hurts and like they're nervous for that. I'm not really. I have a pretty good pain tolerance, and like I've sat through tattoos, which I feel like is a lot worse than that. Like tattoos I feel like aren't even that bad, so I'm not that worried about, you know, getting my ear pierced. But I'm really just social anxiety. But I'm actually not that nervous. I don't like anticipating and like having to wait to do things. I'm so impatient. Like, it's really the problem. But yeah, I just want to do it now. But I'm waiting on my sister to get off work. So I'm going to go to the gym and read for a little bit, and I will hopefully make some progress on this book. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. long time no see. I am just literally in bed right now. So I have a couple updates. Not very exciting updates. To put on Friends and work a little bit more on my journaling. I started already with my like January one, and I haven't really done anything else on it, but I'm going to now. This, I did not come up with this, actually. I found it on Pinterest and I just kind of like copied the style because I thought it was really cute. But this is like my January cover page for my habit tracker. And I started my one habit tracker for just like normal life things. I also want to do like a health one that kind of has like my workout stuff, and then like a creativity one kind of more with like working on my art stuff. And I'll kind of track that. But this one is just like a habit tracker for reading, my verse and prayer, journal, daily compliment, like complimenting someone, tea, and then reading a chapter of my self-care book, whichever one it is. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I think it's so cute. I'm just gonna put like a little mark in each box, kind of like a calendar, and I think I'm gonna do that style for the whole month of January. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for my February page yet, but I also have a couple of other ideas from Pinterest that I found. It was like a water tracker, a mood tracker, just kind of like those things. I want to do for each month. I'm just gonna do the habit tracker because I'm not like continuing this. I honestly just started on January because it's still January, so I kind of wanted to track my progress from like here on out. I might go back and like fill in a couple of the days that I know I did the things, and like the things that I know I did, like I've had tea every day and I've journaled every day of the month, so like these things that I know. But otherwise I'm not gonna like do obviously a tracker for January because January is practically over now, and I'm just gonna jump into my February one. So honestly I might just do this page of the tracker for January and then just jump right into my February tracker, because obviously that one will be more fulfilling because it's like the 28th today, so there's only 3 more days of the month. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's my little journal. I do have a couple of reading updates as well. And I actually finished The Phantom of the Opera. I can't lie, there were some parts I skimmed. I didn't really understand some of what was going on. I don't know. It wasn't all that. I wasn't really vibing with it. I have read some classics that I love and some that I just really don't care for. And this was one that I just really didn't care for. Honestly, The Phantom of the Opera never really intrigued me that much. I think I really just like found this book and I wanted to read this book purely out of curiosity. Confused on some parts, so I went back and read like a summary of the book just to like get a little bit of like a review on it and see what was going on in certain parts that I was kind of confused with, like the writing. And even like after reading the summary, I was like, this book wasn't my favorite. So I would probably give this book like a 2 out of 5 stars. I'm not getting rid of The Candy Makers, but I did start reading it this morning. And I didn't get very far, but I don't think that I really care, at least right now, enough about this book to read it again. It was a really fun book for my childhood, and I will be keeping it for like sentimental reasons. My future children, my, future nieces and nephews, whatever, like, I like having sentimental books like this. You never know where the world's gonna go. You never know if there'll be books in the future. You just never know. Or like, whatever. I just like having it. You never know how well your memory's gonna hold up. What if I forget that like books like these exist? I just like collecting them. It's just fun, even if I'm not gonna read them. And I feel like I just added it because I kind of wanted to like have a, I've had other children's books of mine from my, past that I've reread because I wanted that like nostalgic feeling to see if like I remember things or like it, like I just still love it, and I don't feel like I need to do that with this book, at least not right now. So I'm going to be keeping this book, but I'm probably going to be putting it with all my other books that I've read, and I'm probably not going to reread right now, at least. So in kind of a weird cheap shot, I have finished all of my January TBR. It's almost the end of January. I finished it. I actually ended up finishing Yellowface because it's on Everend. If you guys have that, it used to be Scribd, whatever. And I actually ended up finishing it on there. The book was really good. I loved it. The ending was really weird for me and kind of confusing, but I liked the message of the book. I thought it was really interesting. The message of the book was really intriguing and like so well done, and I loved it. So I would recommend Yellowface. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. On Goodreads it was a 4-star, but it wasn't quite a 5-star for me. But I did really love the book and I would recommend it. So yeah, that's my review of all my books and kind of what's going on, kind of like a little explanation, kind of a little update, if you will. And I actually am going to, oh, I never showed you guys, I got my second done. This earring is so big so you can't see it very well, but I got my second done and I have a little teeny green gem. I haven't done a lot. I kind of just hung out with family today, so I haven't really done very much reading at all. I finished Phantom of the Opera and I looked at the summary. That's pretty much it. But now I'm going to work on my like creativity, do some art and maybe journal a little bit, but that's pretty much it. That's going to be the end of this vlog as well. I am done with my January reading, so there's really not much left to tell you guys. I probably will read a couple other books. I'm probably going to film my February TBR now because might as well, right? Like, it's almost that month. I am so excited to pick my new books and hopefully get some really good ones this month. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe and give this video a like and keep looking out for videos because I will have my February TBR coming up soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.